basement with a rock star, comedian, broadcaster, podcaster, lover of Toby jugs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we talked about that last time.
Tim Convy, welcome back. Matt, big applause for you and the audience.
Good to be here. What is this, season 7? What season was I on before? 5?
Yeah, good memory. Okay. I think it was season 5 because I was going to say it wasn't last year. It was the year before.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So it's good to have you back on because we're both just running around crazy, I guess.
And we talked about the Toby mugs. That was great.
Toby mugs. I said Toby jugs.
No, that
I'd be like,
what? Oddly enough, I think sorry.
No, you're good.
I think jugs is also proper. I think more people call them jugs than mugs. I just grew up calling them Toby mugs. We're about to go right down that road again. I'm not going to do it.
It's a good place to start though, because if I've thought of a segment for our podcast, which like if I make this a podcast, like copyright 2026, Kerrigan Studios, like picking up the conversation.
Oh yeah.
Because for research, I always listen to podcasts that people like you were on, just to hear what you've been talking about recently.
Yeah.
To hear your voice, get you in my head. And I'll always go to my last time I had you on my own show, which is like almost like it's like a time vault sometimes where you just pick out of time, us talking, and you can almost see like a different look on our faces. And we're talking about the things at the time. And here we are 2 years later.
Yeah.
So I guess my ultimate question is, you still got the Toby jugs?
Still got them. Wait, so did you listen back to that one?
Yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
How was it? How was I?
Oh, it was awesome. We had the guys here. They all say hi.
Yeah.
All of them said we wanted to be here for this one. It's too early in the day for their work job, so we're too cool, I guess.
I get it. No, and I know my schedule messes people up where I'm like, I can do whatever I want during the day.
Dude, thank you. It's refreshing because I'm always like that with people. I'm like, it's not that I can do, we can have an interview in the middle of the day. Not everybody can sneak away from work.
But as a result, I'm sure you're the same. The projects where collaborators have that schedule, like those go further. You know what I mean? And then the ones where people are like, "Oh, nighttime," it makes it difficult. It's incredible how many, what type of things are created because people's schedules lined up or anything like that. Anyway, Toby mugs, yes. I've not acquired new ones. I will tell you, there was a Toby mug museum in Evanston, Illinois, not far from where my in-laws live, like basically Chicago. And it closed down recently. I not only never actually got there because it was only open like once a week. It was open for 3 hours a week on like a Thursday afternoon. I never got there. And then I also they sold off all the things and I wasn't a part of that either. So I've been, for my wife's sake, I've stopped accumulating them. Some are on display throughout our home, which she doesn't love. And then many are in boxes in our basement. But yeah, I'm still a fan.
Still a fan, but I think you also don't have a lot of time for just like this side hobby that could take over. Because
I want to be clear, there's always time for Toby mugs, and if you don't have the time, you got to make it. It enriches your life.
Have these made it onto the consumer podcasts?
I don't know that we've ever even talked about it on the consumers. That's a great question. I don't think we talked about it.
Make sure I get the title right of your podcast. It's called
The Consumers.
The Consumers. And how long have you been doing that?
We are about 1.5 years in, I guess. It's myself, and then 2 other comedian buddies, Greg Warren and Sean O'Brien. And it's on Nate Bargatze's podcast network. But you can check it out wherever. But yeah, it's super fun. It's the 3 of us are all real close and enjoy making fun of each other. We do a lot of that. But then every week we talk about a new brand.
You said nerds.
Yeah, we did nerds with Nate came on for that one.
Nice. We're gonna play Lily Pad here too. I can't wait to talk about Nate. And you were you were on a cruise.
Yes.
Maybe it's just good to get to the cruise because you just got back.
Yeah.
Is that fresh on the mind? And what was the situation with the cruise? As if I don't know.
Yeah. So the cruise was called Nate Land at Sea. It was Nate Bargatze, who is one of the biggest comedians in the world, has sort of has this Nate Land universe. So he has several podcasts on his network, including us. He puts out comedy specials by a bunch of different comics. He makes movies. He has a television show, a game show coming out soon. I'm forgetting things. But anyway, This cruise was a celebration. Oh, he's building a theme park.
Literal Nate Land now.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
And just going back to your origin story, you got pulled into this universe through doing comedy, right? Is this is that the bridge that brought you into Nate Land?
Yeah, I mean, yes, for sure. I met Nate years ago, and when he was not one of the biggest comedians in the world, but and then he and Greg Warren, who does the podcast, he's kind of who I tour with and a mentor of mine. They go way back and are tight. So Nate was producing Greg's special. He produced and directed one that he did, and then Greg and Sean and I've always did a podcast years ago and talked about, hey, we need to do another one, and so it just made sense for Nate to be part of it. And then Nate, he put out a mini special of mine too, so it's all been great. But this cruise was like a celebration of all things Nateland. So all the Nateland podcasts were on and did stuff. All of the his kind of crew of the friends, comedians that whose specials he's put out. A bunch of us were on there, and it was great. We did everything from belly flop contests with a bunch of comics judging.
Yeah, you're with a bunch of comedians, and what was the logistics of the cruise?
We left from Tampa. We went to Costa Maya. There was only one stop, and then we were out at sea 4 nights. It was just a ton of comedy shows, and then fun, whether it was like the live podcast or different things with Nate's family and all kinds of spelling bee and just fun.
Did you get to take
stuff.
your fam, or did they have to do other stuff while you were gone?
I brought my wife, my children. I have 2 boys. They are 3 and 1, and so my wife and I went. My family was nice enough to watch the boys, and then another comic, Gary Veeder, great comic, was on. He brought his wife and his 3 children. His boys are a little older than mine. He's got a little baby daughter, and after witnessing what Gary and his wife went through on the cruise, I think we made the right decision. His wife told me at the end, she was like, "You did the right thing." I saw his wife when we got there, and I saw her when we left because she was just in the room with these children the whole time. So it was the right move. But my wife went, which was super, super fun. But it was awesome.
Anything crazy happen, or is it just like a good time, just a good smooth cruise? I guess.
I mean,
because you think cruise, something could go wrong. There was that cruise documentary that came out last year. That's probably the only reason I'm even saying anything.
I'm sure it's on everybody's mind now when they go on a cruise. No, nothing like that happened. It was awesome. I mean, it's some of the funniest people in the world are on that thing, and we're all just sitting around, and everybody's a little, out of your comfort zone. Like these are guys that live in, comedy clubs, and all of a sudden we're all, around the pool and out in sunshine, and all these like huge comedy fans were there, and it was just really, really fun and
it was like a retreat.
Yeah,
it's like a comics retreat.
For sure. And
that's
then
cool.
and met great people who are, a lot of whom have seen us all around the country, or a big part of our podcast that have discovered us through Nate. So just to spend time with some of those people was great. And you got to see Nate too, is I think one of the best out there. So
he's awesome. We're a huge fan, and just congrats on all that you got going on, and just like from we'll talk about music, but comedy is obviously going really well, and you have a show right here locally at the Funny Bone.
Yeah.
Like this is like next week.
Big annual headlining weekend. Yeah. So it's February 19th, 20th, and 21st. Westport Plaza Funny Bone, which is where I started, where I first did stand-up comedy. And it's awesome. So it's my headlining set. It's a lot of new stuff. And then I do, I've started this project called Convy and Bowers. It's myself and one of my best friends in the world since I was a kid. We have this kind of comedic rock duo. So we close the shows with that, which that's been a whole lot of fun too. So it's all that. And then the Sean O'Brien from the podcast is opening. My buddy Jack Wright is going to do the shows on Saturday. The Brando from the Courtney Show will be there. Lots of special guests. But just real, it's a fun week. So I'm looking forward to it.
And no cool events not complete without a cool poster.
Cool poster.
Congratulations. And I think the artist, maybe you mentioned already, Dan Wade.
Yes.
I read it. Daniel Swade.
Oh,
my bad.
Daniel S. Wade.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Daniel Swade is pretty good.
That is actually, that might be like a cool alias for you just to consider.
Yes.
But great poster, February 19th, 20th, 21st.
Yes. The poster's fun. Dan does a bunch of like the Ludo artwork and is an amazing musician, but it also like every poster you put up now, you got to be like art by this guy, because people think it's AI and they get upset. So, yeah, Dan Wade, it's great. The poster's fun. I'm glad it turned out. He's been trying to draw me for years, and I'm like, don't draw me. And then we finally landed on a safe drawing.
By the way, I know you quit radio, but not really. It seems like you've got it. If the radio is in you,
you mean the way
you've got it.
Well,
it's your timing, you've got like, and I know we're doing a little bit of business up front. Like, I hope you don't mind. I'm just kind of rapid firing your career, but then we can nerd out a little bit. On some stuff. Ludo.
Yeah.
You guys you got a show in Chicago. Help me out.
Ludo is in Chicago, March 6th and 7th at the House of Blues. And it's really cool because we've not done this before, but we're doing 2 nights, and we're doing a different album each night. So we've played those albums in their entirety, not often, but doing them back to back.
Broken, Bride, and Fool, and You're Awful in Full. It's March 6th, March 7th.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking of my own calendar. We love to pop up to Chicago
Come on
specifically for shows.
Yeah.
It's usually the reason we go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And how's everybody doing in Ludo? How'd the Christmas show go? You guys are probably getting ready to announce things like Disney and Christmas again because we're already marching through this year.
Yeah, everybody in Ludo is great. Yeah, we got a lot of rehearsing to do because you commit to playing albums. You're saying definitively we're doing those songs. You can't get in rehearsal and be like, yeah, that one's not coming together. Like you have to do it, which is a whole other challenge. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those rehearsals. I'm the only one who lives here, so everybody comes in, and then we have marathon practices for a week, and it's getting a little bit easier now that we've been back for a few years. But it'll be cool. And our last thing was we did Halloween, and then we got to do Point Fest this year, which was really cool with like 311 and Urge, and it was awesome. And then yeah, I do the Misfit Machine, Punk Rock Christmas, Punk Rock Disney, or Can You Feel the Punk Tonight? And yeah, Punk Rock Christmas was awesome. Next year will be the 5th annual one, and then yeah, we'll announce Can You Feel the Punk Tonight back in St. Louis. Will be we're gonna announce that soon. So yeah, there's a lot.
Everybody's waiting on that Disney announcement. I feel like that's. I mean, everything's cool in there. I'm into everything, but like you got Disney adults, and then the kids love Disney already. So it's just like, I feel like you guys are onto something, and I'm sure you just have a really, really fun time.
Dude, it's so fun. We do a matinee, and then we do an evening show, and it really is a mix of, I mean, it's people who are into all our bands, because it's myself, it's Moon from Greek Fire and Goldfinger and using Story of the Year, and guys from Cavo, guys from Tidal Volume. It's super cool, but those songs are incredible. So it's fun. You get punk rock people, you get people who are into those bands, you get just Disney maniacs, and it just makes for a really fun.
Let me know if you
really fun show.
Need some VHSs. I mean, I don't know if you guys
love it.
Maybe you have some already, but it's just for they could be props.
Yep.
Maybe on the stage we could create something.
Those are like collector's items now.
Yeah,
right?
And they say the one with the diamonds on them are the ones, and I constantly check them, and nothing's spiked, obviously, because I mean, no offense, Tim, but I don't know if I'd still be down in the basement if I would have struck gold.
If those were worth money,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I would. Maybe I just put some glass up. I do envision like putting some glass up, maybe. But the ceilings are too low down here, don't you think?
No, I love it.
It's super
this
St.
basement
Louis.
rules. It's very
we did talk basements last
hideout.
time.
Yeah, I know.
How's yours?
It's great. Thank you for asking.
I'm gonna ask because you said you're doing things down there.
Well, I had a flooding issue when we first moved in, so I can't remember what stage of the game that was in when I was here last. But it is shout out to Helitech, man. It's been good. But
I'm making note of that because we had a disaster, and the Drain Masters, they shouldn't call themselves that.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I'm not like an angry yelper. I'm just so you know. Please continue though. So after your flood,
yeah,
they hooked you up.
Helitech came in and did the thing, and it's I mean, you're spending a lot of money on a house you just bought, and you're like, is this gonna work? But we've been dry. However, right now, one of the outputs from one of the sump pumps in my home froze. So all of a sudden it wasn't working, but we got it. It's all fine, but my basement is safe. It is not decorated quite as nicely or as efficiently as yours.
It's like a nerdy Chili's down here.
I like that. It's
I haven't said that one quite yet. I've said Applebee's before, Chili's, but nerdy Chili's is
nerdy Chili's is strong.
Got some vinyl hanging up. You do vinyl? You listen to records? Or
yeah, I do.
I feel like if I'm a collector in anything, I'm not really a collector. Everything's kind of a toy in here. You can play with it.
Yeah.
But I do like to get vinyls. If I really like an album, owning that album, putting it on, like it's kind of a whole process.
It hits different. I feel I have a buddy just sent me Tom Petty. Are you a Tom Petty guy?
Yes. I mean, I couldn't name a song, but I already know I love his music.
Yeah, you can name a song.
Maybe
you can name a Tom.
Why am I drawing a blank?
Your life depends on it. Name a Tom Petty song. You can do it.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna guess.
Come on.
I'm gonna say like someone other band. I feel like
you got nothing. I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
See
like
now,
this.
so
I know that you have it.
Is
in
nothing?
You.
Is this like Plea the Fifth type moment? Go ahead. Give me the. I mean, this is one of those moments where I'm like, does this person even know, or are they trying to get me to give them the answer?
Oh no, he's my top 5 of all time. I think he's the greatest American songwriter.
I'm sorry that I'm really hurting your feelings.
I mean, you know, it's okay. You know,
I can tell when I hurt people's feelings. I'm not into their fandom as much.
I just know that you have this in you.
You
know, Free Fallin'.
Is it Free Fall? That's him.
Yeah, that's Tom Petty. Yeah.
Okay, duh. I love that.
You know, Last Dance with Mary Jane. You know that.
Oh, that one. Hey, great hit.
Are you clowning me?
No.
You know that song or not?
I know both of those. Know of those to where I'm singing along.
Yeah, of course.
Like I'm telling you, like when they're on, I'm singing them, and I'm like,
you
this is my style.
You don't know how it feels.
What decade was he really?
All of them, buddy.
All of them.
All of them.
60s, 70s,
70s, 80s, 90s, straight on and through.
70s. I like 70s music. I usually fall back to 70s music. I'm not so great with artist names, and I know as a musician that probably really hurts. That's like branding is important. We got to get this stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm blaming the world.
American Girl. Well, she was an American girl.
Man, we're getting some music in here too.
I won't sing.
Please, you better sing.
Why did Tom Petty even come up? Oh, because my buddy just sent me. This is such a cool thing for me. Tom Petty's an album called Wildflowers, and it is one of my favorite albums of all time. He did this album with Rick Rubin, and it's just this. The singles on that are you don't know how it feels that I was singing. You wreck me, baby. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's just a fantastic album. My favorite album of all time, right?
Yeah.
He makes other albums. He makes a lot of great albums. Tom Petty dies. And then it turns out when Tom Petty originally made this album, he made it was a double album. And the label said, no. Just pick all the best songs and put a half. Well, Tom Petty didn't do that. He sequenced this double album and said, I'm just putting out one. I don't know if nobody knew that or I just didn't know that. But years later, after he died, just a couple of years ago, they put out the rest of this album. So imagine your favorite album of all time just has a sequel, even though this artist is died. It's just
with new tracks.
What a gift.
Like unheard tracks.
Exactly.
So you got like a whole other side to the vinyl that you never heard of before after he's gone.
Yes. And stuff like that happens sometimes where they're like, oh, here are the B-sides or the cuts that didn't make it.
But they're like, here's them hanging out in the lobby of all the hotels.
Yes. I mean, you want to talk about the Beatles in the lobby, I will talk about it. But
I was into Get Back, honestly. I like Get Back.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it was like, and that was like COVID times too. I don't know if that like played a level of like, at least I have this. Anyway, and we're nerding out about music right now. So this is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, the Beatles thing aside, so the Tom Petty, it just was incredible. A lot of times it'll be like, here's all the things that didn't make the cut from that album. Fine. This was, again, these songs are just as good. He sequenced it himself. It was such a gift. So a buddy of mine sent me the vinyl of that, some of the Wildflowers outtakes. It's incredible. Beatles, Get Back was amazing. I couldn't believe how deep they went because it was like only a percentage of people care this much about it. And yet America watched it. Yeah. And it was so, for lack of a better word, like tedious, honestly, the stuff they got into that I loved, but I only know so many people that have that type of patience with like, here's what happened in the studio.
Yeah. The coolest part was when they were picking and just like the songs were coming together.
Yeah.
That's where, and you start to hear the melodies come out and like, they don't even know what the words are yet. That was great.
And just the tension between them. And yet when you hit certain moments, it just clicked back with those kids who met so many years ago. I mean,
instead of like the beaten down adults, you see this light come back into them in these moments where they're like making new music together.
But you saw both. You saw the tension. You saw like, I'm only going to give this guy so much because of what I've been through, or like I'm walking in with my lady and my, and like, we're like, okay. But then every now and then it would just be like, oh yeah, this is that click. I thought that was really, really cool.
And like that all started with Basements and then vinyl. That was, that was the thread.
Totally. I'm a basement guy. I'm doing so much work in my basement to like, I want to record more down there. I want to do, and I told you I'm spending money on gear, and I don't know like if anything's ever going to come of it, but it's a good time.
I like having live music down here.
Yo, tell me, you have a PA over there?
Yeah, that's good.
What do you do?
That's good for up to like 200, 300 people. So
you don't put that many people down here.
No, not down here.
You're just saying if I wanted to, I would
take it out on the road and do like I do gigs on the road for like live musicians and get them sound and stuff like that. And then like we'll record right here in this Roadcaster. We'll lay down. Yeah, just had we had Samba Bomb, live Brazilian band down here.
Nice.
And I always say like enhance my equipment if you can, like we can beef it up. And I'd like to get like 10 to 20 people down here for like little studio intimate sessions.
That'd be great.
Just
man.
like turn down the light. The lights are totally customizable, but like could be like this though. Stage over here, people over there in the dark.
Yes.
I try not to piss off the neighbors and like keep the sound down here.
Yeah.
I know it's a house. It's kind of like a house party type thing, but then so I don't have continuous concerts at my house all the time. I'm really into partnering with like local venues and musicians to like pull together like something. Who am I talking to right now? With themes and like trying to fit the fit for like the community around the thing that we like. Like, I mean, I think this is like it's like a critical need. Is like the stuff we're doing, like you and like our friend Braden who does like the Foodies Eat First festival. Like, it's just like it's the stuff that like when we were kids and hanging around St. Louis and we see like the big thing they do at Busch Stadium that day, or something cool at the zoo. Like we like those. You remember like that's what made it cool. That's what pushed it over the edge to be like, I don't just live in a city, I live in a city that's doing this. So I'm all about like the shit you're doing, by the way.
Thanks, man.
It's good. It's good stuff. The stuff that like, the world needs, because there's so much of like crap. There's just crap out here. Like the world is also just so weird now. Just a weird place. We were talking about internet and
weird world.
Social media, like where AI. Like where's this all gonna go? Are we gonna see ourselves like like someone could completely make an AI of me and you talking right now. And it'd be like, wow, that really looks like
not someday they could do it right now.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, he did that. He was like, it was a video that looked like him and he pulled it back and he was like, it's not me. So what are we gonna do about this? So
I don't know. Dude. I don't have the answers. I wish I did. And all that stuff is it's terrifying. It's also exciting in a lot of ways. But I mean, people much smarter than me have much better opinions on it. But it is wild, and just how fast it is moving from 6 months ago to right now. And anything's possible. It's going to be interesting.
It is. We're living it. We're living in the future. Like the future times where like a buddy of ours, who maybe you, Tim, if you have enough money one day soon, you could that's how I feel. You could have a robot. Like you're gonna have like the iRobots that we saw in the Will Smith movies. It's like that time, like you're seeing the commercials for like these things where like that's gonna be real. There's gonna be like an automated machine, a powerful machine in your home, folding your laundry. I mean, there's like a lot of good things I see. Like I see like like our all of our parents getting older in this generation. Everybody's a little different, but as your parents get older and you see like how taking care of them could be and taking care of ourselves when we get older, I'm like, I see so many good things that could be super helpful.
With like
technology, automated robots helping you with household stuff. But like one bad glitch, I mean, I hate to like get into, I mean, you're on a podcast that mainly usually talks about movies, inspired by stuff like the Terminator, so it's hard not to think about John Connor during this whole thing and be like, are we watching this unfold to where like, you're going to finally hear about some poor old lady or old man gets like beat to death by his robot. I'm going to call it. I'm going to say, I don't want it to happen, but I'm going to say it's going to happen within 5 years.
Oh man.
I know it's dark.
It got really dark.
I'm not trying to make it dark, but I didn't make any promises that it was a lighthearted podcast.
No, I know. I get it. I totally get it. Yeah, I hope robots don't hurt people. It's crazy. I will say that with the AI stuff, and certainly in like creative fields, like it all is scary and overwhelming, and you're like, who's using it for what, and where's the line, and what's cheating. I will say, the more I'm actually exposed to it or use any of those things myself, not to put out products necessarily, but just as I sort of experiment or try to understand it, I become less terrified about all of it. Like you do sort of see the limitations. I think you have your mind blown for sure, where you go, oh my God, I can't believe it did that. Some of the music stuff that it can do is wild, but you do sort of start to understand. You spend enough time with it, start to understand, these are the limitations. This is where it's just not fully connecting, and maybe it will on those fronts someday, but we'll see.
That's fair. And it is like a tool like anything else. Just like the internet was scary, but here we are.
And
it's still a scary place, but
it's so funny. Like I even hesitate to weigh in on like, well, here's what I think, because I feel differently about it than I did a year ago, for sure.
And I use AI in my own life for certain things. Like, absolutely. Like having 3-hour-long podcasts with transcripts, like that's really great for just summarizing some notes. And you got to spot check. And I always say we edit second to second over here at Kerrigan Studios. So like, we're always double checking. I mean, The Pit is doing, have you seen the show The Pit?
Yeah.
It's great, huh?
Yeah, it's so good.
You caught up?
I am.
All right. So we can just like say like,
we got a new one tonight, though.
AI is like, front and center.
Yep.
And like they've been teasing it all along of like, hey, they can, dictate to the thing And like this is like I mean I did X-ray for a few years, so like dictation in hospitals like that's exactly how radiologists read.
Yeah.
It goes a lot faster. Boom, you feed that to an AI, you're talking about organizing notes maybe a little better.
Yeah.
Potential, you know, they were proving like 2 or 3 years ago, there were studies showing that in radiology, AI was 99% correct on diagnosis.
Yeah.
And, you know, don't quote me. I'm not gonna name the article. This is just a podcast. Don't run with that. But, you know, getting back to the point, it's like
Everybody just called it radiologist.
right, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's happening though, and the pit is tackling it head on. Like this is in hospitals. There, if you know, here's some notes, here's what it thinks happened, and they addressed it at the end of the last episode finally. Like, hey, there was a major mistake.
Yeah.
And they were like, that was not caught. And the person's like, well, it's 97% correct.
Yeah.
And I mean, I believe in that. Like, it's not only a little mistake, sometimes it just completely misses the mark or didn't have the context for that thing. Like you said, the visible limitations. But it's definitely here to stay in every facet of like every industry, and like where it goes from here, who knows?
Yeah. Don't you feel like in the pit? I mean, it's so prominent, and they did set it up with the mistake. Don't you think something's going to go terribly awry because of that? Don't you think that'll be a storyline?
I think so. And I'm almost kind of flashing back to like the season teasers of like is there a blackout or something, or like a technological like thing that where the system goes down.
Yes.
Maybe, or is it even worse where it's like it made like major mistake? Because I mean, we don't know what the writers of the pit, you know, stance is on like all this. And then there's a lot of this stuff based on truth, but that doesn't mean that this is like a nonfiction show.
Right.
Like then there could still be agendas too. Like this is HBO we're talking about. So like, you know, someone's got an opinion on this stuff, and you might be trying to convince. I mean, if you're thinking like deep conspiracy, like I think sometimes, you know, like they're putting this in here so that they can like they own a pharma company that has this software. And so then they
think okay,
and then they want to sell that. Like they have like, you know, they're like, if they see this in the pit, they'll buy the technology, and it's like a major $1 trillion deal.
You think someone involved in the creative on the television show The Pit
I'm not making a claim, by
the way. You think it's possible that somebody on the has some type of ownership stake in some sort of pharmaceutical company, and they are pushing forward an agenda within the television show to raise the value in whatever business they're in.
That's true, and I should preface with
I want to make sure
I just came off of finishing Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, so like I'm in the mindset of like there's an angle every time. Are you following this? We're hopping, all right, Guthrie. Are you following the
not that close?
The kidnapping of her mother?
Yes, of course. It's terrible.
It's come up on like, I mean, because of me, on every person I've had in this week, because my wife is like deep in the Reddit thread, just like, you know, and now they've hired a height specialist and a bone density weigher, and like it's just getting like longer and longer that this lady's been missing. Like we're going on weeks now.
It's very sad. So
yeah, very sad. Saddest above all else.
You said Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. So you watched Pluribus then?
Yes.
Yeah. Spectacular, right?
Spectacular. Yeah. I was so slow, but this is how I feel.
You were slow. The show was slow.
I know. I'm both, maybe, I guess.
No. What were you saying?
I was saying that the show was a little slow, like
with
with the plot. But like I've felt this way on a lot of shows over the years.
Yeah.
You know, where you watch it live, you're watching it live. Like it's kind of like, you know, watching a show live is not as good as the binge. You know, first of all,
live, you mean like every week, once a week,
once a week, and then like, oh hey, see you in a year.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like that's a lot different from going from Lost season 1 to Lost season 2, just like with like, and the only thing that's stopping you is, are you still watching?
Right.
You know, like now it's like, oh, you got to wait a year. And I'm excited because it's kind of like, I feel the same way about Severance, which was one of my top shows.
Where I was going to go. Keep going. I'm listening.
The slower, the better, I think sometimes. I'm like, please do a lot of seasons, like at least 5 on these shows, you know? So
Severance versus Pluribus.
Severance.
See, I think Pluribus might be better.
Yeah, I think just like,
and I love Severance.
It's no question for me.
Severance blew my mind.
I'll tell you that like I'm gonna rewatch. I've rewatched Severance already, and like when I rewatch shows, they get the ones that are really good get better and better and better and sweeter. And like Vince Gilligan is by far one of my favorite storytellers from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and El Camino. Like one of the best unique point of view storytellers. That like he can make you he can put you in a room, he can put you in a headspace. So like I'm confident Pluribus will win me over. And maybe if you ask me this question when all like the show's said and done, I might have a different answer for you. But today, like I will say season 2 of Severance, I wish would have been better. Like season 1 was like peak.
Severance was incredible. I agree. But Pluribus, there was something a little, Pluribus didn't have to lean on as much mystery and sort of intentional kind of, I'm going to regret this. It was almost intentionally leaving you in the dark too much, I think, and it sort of leaned on that, and just these kind of this sort of strangeness, which was cool. It made it such a cool show. But Pluribus was a little more, I think, had a little bit more sense of humor to it, and I found it to be just a little bit more accessible. Both I think are brilliant. I think we live in a golden age of television. I think we are so fortunate at the just amount of high caliber television that we have access to on a regular basis.
That's true, and it's gonna get better. Like these storytellers are getting really good at,
man.
And I feel like they really do pull out like the human spirit. You know, like we're seeing something on portrayal, like with Pluribus. Like we're seeing like what. All right, so if everybody was on this, it's like the one thing that we all want most. Almost, we all want to be like on the same page. Like if we really want this, you know, not all of us want that. Like a unified planet, right? I would say. What if you got that? But then like not everybody. What like getting into spoilers. I think they're like 11 people. Like 11 people are not affected by this Pluribus, this group. And it's like, what would happen? And the dynamics of it. And it's like the larger story being told. And again, it's Vince Gilligan. So like going back to his storytelling on Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, like all this stuff usually gets like really, his stuff is it's so personal.
Yeah.
You know, it's usually really personal. So like, will it all be around Reese? You know, what's her name in the show? I forget. But Reese Seaborn, is that her name? Seahorn?
Rhea, I think.
Rhea Seahorn?
Yeah, Carol.
Carol
on the show.
Yeah. I have a Roku over here, and you know how like at the Roku screensaver, they did like a "Hi Carol" ad.
That's great.
And it just said "Hi Carol," and I remembered seeing it before I saw Pluribus, and I had no idea what the hell that
hilarious.
meant. And then I see the show, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I'm glad you brought that up because we haven't really got into Pluribus on this show that much, and it was a great season.
Check.
Anything else? Anything else you're watching? You excited for movies this year? You do movies?
Yeah, I like movies.
Like Marvel, Star Wars, any of those guys, or doesn't have to be
all of the above. I've slowed down like so many people on the Marvel stuff. I'm not as caught up with the shows. I am curious about the new one. What's it called? With Ben Kingsley's in it. It's the new one that just came out.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man. I am curious about Wonder Man, but I have not gone in yet. So you have slowed down on all that stuff, but yeah, I'm a fan, and then definitely the Star Wars stuff as well.
Batman.
Yeah, I love Batman, and I like I like the newer. I know there's lots of mixed reviews. I didn't watch the Penguin series though, which I know I need to because I everybody raves about it. But
it's very good.
Yeah, I like the new Batman. I'm a fan.
We just had Batman in the studio last night.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, right where you're sitting, and actually in a black chair because we wanted to match his. He was in full suit. Batman of STL.
Really?
Yes.
Intimidating, I would imagine.
I mean, yeah, the cowl and like his eyes are like Deadpool style almost, like where it's like they're white. You can't see his eyes.
What does Batman of STL do?
He's St. Louis cosplayer, just like homemade outfit.
Really?
Kind of looks like the Matt Reeves Pattinson a little bit with like the boot style.
Okay.
And just he goes and like he helped out on Del Mar after the tornado. Like almost
in uniform?
Yes.
Oh, I kind of remember this.
It's like he was doing like foot races with kids and stuff.
Unbelievable.
And just like trying to help out. He's going to be at our Screen and Social Monday night, February 23rd.
Is that right?
To see The Dark Knight.
Oh, cool.
It's back on the big show at the Alamo. We're hosting a party that night. He's going to be there. You can take pictures with Batman and Robin. There's a Batman and Robin.
Great. That's awesome.
So we know some superheroes. I guess I'm just kind of bragging. If you need if you need some cosplayers, always think of us.
My son is deep, he's only 3, but he can name them all, and Spider-Man, very popular right now for those that age. That's probably his number one, but he gets into it. It's so I could use all those cosplays. He's got a birthday coming up. He'll be 4 soon, so I could use all those guys.
Andy on this podcast has a Spider-Man get up.
Really?
Like, yeah. And so he's not here. He'd be happy to come to your son's birthday party.
That'd be amazing.
Like on like anytime, Saturday morning, Sunday morning.
Okay.
he prefers those Friday night, 10 PM, whatever you need.
Yeah, I want it to be weird.
I want my son's birthday party to be so weird.
No, I also want it like when we put him to bed at night, because bedtime, we're at an age where bedtime is just a nightmare. Like he will just fight it at all costs. So we'll put him in and then he'll start, Mom, Dad. And then I just want Spider-Man to walk in instead.
All right.
And then video the whole thing and see how it goes.
You should do that. I'm happy to help. And you should take him to a Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's the movie this year.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Do you know about this movie? Kind of like the setup for what to expect?
I mean, I know it's I've seen the 3 previous
all
ones.
The Tom Holland ones.
Yeah,
then you guys will be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good to go. I always tell people though that like I don't want to watch all those. They're like, I don't want to watch all those. But there's like a Spider-Man movie this year.
Yeah.
The only thing I say is he is completely on his own in this movie. Like no one knows who he is. Like no one even knows who Peter Parker is when this movie starts.
Yeah.
He's made his own suit with like a needle.
Yeah.
And I think that is going to be one of the most unique jumping off points for a Spider-Man movie we've ever had. Because it's always either with the Toby, it's like an origin story.
Yeah.
Andrew's an origin story. Tom has had his kind of origin story with the Avengers and Iron Man. But now it's going to be like, well, what happens when you rip all that away?
Yeah.
I think that's like one of my favorite Spider-Man things where he's just like on his own.
Yeah.
He's got to like figure it out.
That'll be great. And the all the universe ones are so good too, the animated.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
As the third one, there's one more to come out, and Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it this year or next year? I think it's next year because these take so long.
Yeah.
But those first two,
amazing.
Yeah, they're perfect.
We watch my son. He loves Spider-Man, so he'll tear through everything that comes up on any of the streaming services, and to the point where we watched the one that I watched as a kid, which is like early 80s. And Spider-Man's come a long way. We'll say that. It is so funny to watch, and he really likes that one for some reason. But it's Peter Parker is like a bachelor, like, and every woman in this cartoon, they have these insane figures. Like it was such a different time, and I don't remember any of that as a child, of course, but you watch it now, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah,
all Spider-Man's doing, he is fighting crime
and then
or going on dates.
He's on it.
Dates.
Yeah, he's like leaving. You're like, I'm on a date with this girl now. This girl.
Every plot line is like he's got that date and he met this girl at the thing, or it's just insane.
It was like a very important part of the writing, I guess. We got to make sure he's actively dating.
Yes. It's so weird.
I mean, I think that what they were trying to do was, it's like, in the comics, they're trying to pull it out, and they do it. It's like he tries to date. That's usually like a big shtick in superhero stuff. Is like try to date, and then a crime happens, I have to leave, and it's always like a big problem where they're like, well, you can't tell me why.
He's like, I gotta save the world.
All right, there's a comic run right now, Ultimate Spider-Man, with a unique twist.
Okay.
Peter Parker didn't get bit by the spider when he was a kid because this villain did it, the maker, and that's a larger storyline. But he doesn't get bit. He marries Mary Jane. He has 2 kids. They're like 10 and 8, and he's 35.
Okay.
Tony Stark comes from the future and like approaches him, and he's like, you were supposed to get bit. Now you can. And dude, he's like kind of like out of shape. He's
just a dad. He's a dad.
Guy, he has a job at the Daily Planet, Daily Bugle. Sorry. There's a Spider-Man Superman crossover happening right now, though. It's pretty cool in comics.
What?
Yeah, they're crossing them over, of course.
They can do that now?
They can do it. They can they do special releases.
You mean if I go to a comic book store right now, I can buy a comic book with Superman and Spider-Man in it?
I have to confirm with Scott. He would know, but I believe it's either out right now or coming out.
I thought that was complete. That could.
I'm going to give you a stack of crossover books.
How many lawyers had to
belong to Scott?
How many lawyers had to get involved in that?
Yeah, exactly.
So what exists already?
It's got to be a 50-50 profit share. Like there's no other way around it.
I don't know, man, but I'd like a piece of that. Wait, so what exists already in these crossovers?
There's a bunch. There's like a Superman Silver Surfer, which that's almost like peak for me because those are like 2 of my favorite characters. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm really getting my wish. Like Superman out in the cosmos with the Silver Surfer. Yeah.
Well, it also has to be a lot like a big
Batman and Deadpool. That was another one.
What?
Yeah. Hey, look at this. Batman and Spawn.
No way.
Yeah, the artwork in that one is insane. So yeah, dude, I can hear you. You're lighting up. You like these crossovers.
Well, I didn't know.
You like the mashup.
I actually have a joke about it, and I'm a little bit surprised. My joke doesn't make sense anymore because the joke is that my son, is just like, why Todd McFarlane looks just like Christian Bale, doesn't he?
He does.
Look at that.
Where is she?
That's insane. I'm not wearing hockey pants. What was I talking about? Oh, I have a joke about how my son,
please.
You know, there's so many streaming services. I'm not gonna like do my.
You should do it.
Well, it doesn't make sense anymore that there's these crossovers. My son will chase us down for all these shows. Like he's tearing through stuff, and you don't know what's on what streaming service, and he's like, I want to see this, I want to see that. So you're like, he'll have seen one episode of something, and then you have to find it. He wants the one where Ghost Spider plays the drums, and then you gotta find that one. So he'll want this and he'll want that, but sometimes we realize his imagination is just he thinks he can just request something and we'll just find it. And so the joke was like, my wife comes in is like, he wants the one where Batman fights Spider-Man, and I'm like, and I know, at least I thought I knew
Marvel and DC,
and I'm like, keep looking. I think Harry Potter's in that one too.
It has to exist, I bet.
It's crazy.
But on the internet, you might be able to surprise your son, is what I'm saying, with like a comic book.
Well, he doesn't. The significance of a crossover would mean nothing to him. He would just be like,
eventually,
what's next?
Right, because the houses are like, that's such like an adult thing to know.
Yeah,
like oh, that's that.
Like intellectual property.
Yeah, IP.
Yeah.
Right. But it matters in canon. Then you get into world of like canon, you know, and shit like that.
Blew my mind. So this is on Image. Okay, whatever. That's super nerd.
And that all started with, you know, Spider-Man. Like, imagine if you got spider powers right now and like went out and did crime at night.
Yeah, that sounds.
And he did. He got into shape really quick.
I could use powers.
Me too. Like he got into shape immediately. He woke up with an 8-pack. I was like, well, that would be nice at 35, 40.
Sure.
Like,
yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I had a brief phase where I was into comic books, and it's been a while, but some of this crossover stuff is very exciting.
I'm still new. I'm only 5 years into reading comics for the first time. Yeah. Really. Like I saw them as kids, but I did not buy them or anything.
Yeah.
And Scott has like 5,000, and he brings over stacks, and the whole Ultimate series is over there. I'd highly recommend that. But like I have Marvel Unlimited. That's an app on my phone, and the iPad is how I like to read comics, and I can just blast through like House of M. That's like a big Wanda Maximoff mutant story.
Okay.
That, like everyone's like, you got to read that.
Yeah.
Civil War. Yeah. Like the stuff that inspired the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, I'm reading this and seeing this stuff for the first time. And I mean, it's all out there, you know, and like there's just they have these reading guides. Because like dude, it's complicated. You get on forums and shit. It's like someone's like, this is the reading order. Scott's like, no, this is.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, they have a reading guide. I'm like, just tap and read.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That's great. I don't need anything else to kill time in my life, but I am tempted.
Yeah, I don't have time. Trust me, this is my fantasy like off time where I'm just reading a comic book. It's usually like the crack of dawn. I'm like, I'm gonna read one.
It's great.
20 pages. But Tim, we're coming to the end, man. I appreciate you coming to hang out.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Thanks for just gabbing. You know, I appreciate that. Just getting to sit and we literally had no direction, and maybe you felt that, but that's like 2 people just hanging out. That's like my favorite thing to do.
No, it's great. I know I always reschedule on you, which I apologize for.
That's the inside baseball. Who cares? We know you made it.
Man,
you're busy.
Yeah, I'm fine. Everybody's busy.
What'd you have to do? Why'd you have to move it? Was it like a appearance or something?
Because
family thing too. You know, none of my business. Also.
Oh yeah. No, we did we had to reschedule our consumers recording based on other schedules that I could not control.
So it was for a podcast.
It was.
You know,
for my podcast.
You know, I'd understand though.
No, I know that you would anyway. But the crews kind of threw everything off. But we're like, we need to get into a room sooner than later because the crews just happen and kind of share all the stories and so it was it was cool. But yeah, thank you for letting me reschedule.
Yeah, and thanks for coming in. I guess like ending with a little business. When do you guys drop episodes on the pod?
Oh yeah, it comes out every Tuesday early in the morning. It is available on YouTube, on the Nateland YouTube channel, and then anywhere you get podcasts. Again, it's called The Consumers. Just look like The Consumers and my name. You can find it. It's like it's an easy listen, 75 to 90 minutes, and again, a different brand. Everything from like Southwest Airlines to we just did Nerds, we did Chipotle, we did Keebler, just a ton of it's a lot of stuff you can get at the grocery store but you know, kind of big household brands too. So you learn the origins. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We did Reese's will
It's
be
brilliant. Have you been able to get those guys to sponsor? Like, do they come in and help out?
We've had people send us some stuff, and then we're sort of talking about what that looks like. I mean, we also want to be honest about it, so you kind of don't want to be like, hey, you want to give us some money? We're gonna bash your brand. You know, I'm not gonna sit there and
that's always the case. Like, if I truly don't like this thing, you're like, maybe it's not the best fit.
Like we did Dunkin'. It's like, I'm gonna be honest about how I feel about Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I work with a couple food influencers where like that, and like part of like the promo package we'll sell is like a promotional video.
Yeah.
So it's become very clear to where it's like, I believe in that creative freedom.
Yeah.
So I always say, like, post your honest thing.
Yeah.
And that's its own thing.
Yeah.
And then if you get paid to do something, that's like a paid promotion.
Yeah.
And then like there's expectations, and like, there you go.
Right.
And those are different. And I do believe in the sponsored by and being upfront, being transparent with people, to be like, I'm not authentically pushing you this, especially if I don't like it.
Right. 100%. But
you've got integrity, it sounds like.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's yeah, you learn a lot. It's really interesting, especially like these people starting these things and what their background was, and you know, the different why these big brands are the big brands that they are today, why they weathered, you know, in some cases, you know, hundreds of years or whatever. It's really cool. So yeah, it's called The Consumers, and check it out. It's fun.
And you got too many things to list all of them like that. So we'll say Ludo, comedy show, Disney, Christmas.
Ludo in Chicago, Comedy Westport Plaza this weekend, the 19th to the 21st. That's the big one. Convy and Bowers performing there. Also Convy and Bowers songs on streaming services, and new ones coming out soon, including you get to see it. We went down to Sun Studios where Elvis first recorded, and we did some songs down there. All that stuff.
Elvis keeps coming up on this podcast.
It's easy. Why not?
It's coming up.
Please tell me you can name some Elvis songs.
I mean, yeah. No, right. Hound dog ain't nothing but a hound.
There you go. Yeah, that's all you need. That's great.
Yeah, I could. You did a good job of, like, I can't like name the titles, but I could probably sing a bunch of songs. What else did he have? I mean,
Heartbreak Hotel, Jailhouse Rock.
All right, so are you a fan
of Elvis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mark Bluestein from the Alamo, Die Hard.
Oh, really?
Yes, and we're having Clownvis Presley in here.
Just one of my favorite human beings in the world.
I haven't got to meeting that. It'll be like a meeting podcast type thing.
One of my favorite performers, my favorite acts, but just one of my favorite human beings in the world. I am so I think Clownvis, I think the idea of Clownvis is great, but also the person Clownvis is so great. I couldn't be a bigger fan.
Oh, and my mom's in the chat. She said blue suede shoes.
There you go.
Of course.
See, she knows.
And whenever I bring up Walking in Memphis, Mark always gets mad. He's like, I hate that song. That's so stupid. That is like a pandering song for like the Graceland. I don't know if you agree. I thought it had some like little. That's how I learned about Elvis as a kid.
It's from that song.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. I mean, if I'm 13 years old and I hear Walking in Memphis, and I'm like, put on my blue suede shoes.
It's a great song.
I think so too. Boarded a train.
It is a great song.
Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blue.
Yeah.
See, like in the middle of the port. Yeah, you know.
I mean, the whole, and the scene sets with "Are You Christian? Man, I Am Tonight."
And someone did the original. Someone did a remake. See, like I don't even know.
Mark Cohen's the original.
Thank you.
I don't know a remake of that.
That's the one I heard like in 2000, like 20. Yeah, it's like 2004. Like I heard someone had redone
no, that song's way older than that.
I know.
Who? I wonder who. I'm not familiar with a cover, but yeah, it's a brilliant song.
We always work it in somewhere. Trivia. If you send us the answer to that, we'll send you a prize.
He's married to someone like a celebrity. Do you have internet? I think we need to look this up. Are other people chatting or just
no? Just my mom mostly so far. We've had a lot of people coming and going though throughout the channel.
Okay,
so
good.
Yes.
Shout out. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody. Thanks for joining us live again. So, and we didn't talk about that. But
do we plug everything?
You're not really doing radio. That was the last thing.
I'm not full time on. I was on the Courtney Show on 106.5 The Arch for several years, and I am no longer full time in there every day, but I'm in there often. I'm a big fan and lucky for them to allow me to still be a part of that show. But yeah, I'm not waking up quite that early anymore. So yeah, doing all that stuff and the punk rock stuff, and yeah, it's all great.
You get enough rest?
No, never. But that's just because I have 2 small children. But yeah, no, you
just find that where you can, I guess. You guys make the time
to sleep
and hang out, I guess, is what it comes down to when you're not like working.
Yeah, no, things. Those are all good problems to have. It's tough, but that's everybody is balanced. You know what I mean? Even if you just have, one single job that I envy that a lot of those people are like, I go to this job and I get to leave it there. In a lot of cases, like you still are trying to find that balance. So it's yeah, good problems to have, I think.
Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah.
Well, Carrie's upstairs in a freelance work sprint right now. She's on like it's like day 7 or 8, but hopefully we'll only make it to 9 or so. Sometimes we work in a sprint. You know how like there's hospital workers that are like, I just worked 3 doubles in a row.
Yeah.
Dude, when you're a freelancer, sometimes you're working 3 doubles in a row.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the work pauses and
Yeah.
like a check comes in, you're like, okay, I'm off for 2 days.
Yeah.
And it might be a Tuesday.
Right.
It might be, it's like, all right, clear the calendar. Don't have any meetings that day. And like, that's when you're going to be off.
Yeah.
Well, we try to block off the weekends, but like there's it's a lot of weekend gigs.
That's when people like to be entertained. It turns out is the weekends.
People we're hanging out with are like hanging on the weekends.
Yeah. Yep. But I think about this a lot too, because it is, especially being married and have kids now. And, from the time I was, very, very young, I DJ'd at TKO DJs here in town when I was, I think 16. I might have even been 15. I started at 16 and just loved it. So from that age, it was like I worked on the weekends. You entertained, you went and you DJ'd. And then in college, I was a DJ, and then you started playing music. You wanted to play on the weekends. And it's like, I've just that's been my mindset, for better or for worse, for, oh God, I don't even want to say how many years, but since that
15,
point where it's like, that's
old,
what that's how it works. So it's but now, only now am I trying to find like that the balance of like doing regular people sort of weekend stuff. And it's it's good.
Right. It's like you can almost, and then for you, it's like planning out your year is just like, it's like you have the big grid of the calendar and you're like, all right, we'll make time in between these things.
Totally.
It's just a realistic thing of like, and if it's not on the calendar, it's not real. I would say that too. It's like
blocking those things
like
off.
If we put work on the calendar, I was telling my wife, I'm like, we need to put our time off on the calendar the same way, just to like even just try.
Yes.
Even if we're not actually going to be off, at least like when you get to that day, you're like, well, I didn't book any meetings at least.
Yes.
Stuff like that.
And I didn't learn that until recently, but it's important.
Boundaries.
Yeah, because that's what I do and that's who I am, and I'm just gonna fill it up. And how can I say no to this opportunity? And then you're toast. So yeah, it's important.
Well, you were like overly apologetic about rescheduling.
Yeah.
I just like say for the record to everyone I talk to is there's never any pressure on that, and there's never any expectation or pressure on, this is like advice for life with like texting or like calling someone back. Like, I think more than ever, like there's a thing of like people are feeling isolated. So like, absolutely reach out to your friends and do that thing. But also, especially in the work environment.
Yeah.
When it's a work thing.
Yeah.
You can't answer right away.
Right.
And you really shouldn't answer right away.
Right.
And maybe like, even if you were like, well, I could, and it'll just be 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, it's going to be an hour.
Yeah.
And you're going to kind of just get into a mindset and you're going to not be doing whatever it is you were just trying to do.
Yes.
So I think that's like a real thing of like, I hear you. Cause I'm like, we have to fight for that balance too, especially when we're in these sprints.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, well, we're almost over. We're in overdrive.
Yeah.
We just slow it down.
Yep. Absolutely.
So slow down out there. Tim Convy.
Yeah.
Tim Convy on the socials, and thanks for coming in, and please come back, and let's please not wait 2 years again.
You got it.
I'm going to make a point to be at some of your stuff, whatever I can make. And we're going to send people there.
Yes.
And we talked about, maybe some live music down here sometime, or we'll meet you where you're at, because you got so many cool things out there. So
yeah,
congrats on everything.
Thanks, buddy. I'll come crank down here. It'd be awesome.
Sing some more.
Yeah.
What do you got after this? What do you think? Fun tonight?
What day is it today?
Today is Thursday.
Yes. Salt and Smoke Kirkwood just opened today. And Tom, who owns Salt and Smoke, is one of my best friends in the world that I played music with growing up. One of my best friends in the world.
My favorite barbecue place. You can tell
the best, right?
That is our favorite place.
Finally, one in Kirkwood, right by me. So I'm going to pick up the kids and my wife, and we're gonna go to Salt and Smoke tonight. So that'll be good. And then I go.
That makes me
and
smile.
then I'm here. This is an off weekend since I just had the cruise here this weekend. And then I go to Chicago for 3 nights for shows, and then back here for the headlining at Westport.
Dude, I like that. You're gonna be off for the weekend. I just heard
Valentine's Day too, man.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're trying
not
to
as
dance
exciting,
with that. Right? I know. No, we're the same.
More into love than I am alcohol.
You can love alcohol, just not too much.
Yeah, when you're into both, it's a bad thing.
Are you guys gonna do something lovey-dovey or like just hang out?
I mean, I got just massive surprises planned that I'm not gonna let go on this. No, it's not true. There was one thing I was super pumped about.
Don't forget we're live.
I know.
Everyone's your wife's watching.
There was one thing. I tried to pull something off that I don't think is gonna come together, but there's a plan B. So it'll be nice.
All right. Well, you guys have fun, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Take it easy, everyone out there. This is Mostly Superheroes. Have a good night.